I see my name in shining lights. Yeah, a different city every night. Oh, I swear the world better prepare for when I'm a billionaire.
It's time to get down to business on the weekend's #1 business program. Known as the King of Networking, your host, Shalom Klein, has worked with thousands of entrepreneurs and created countless jobs. So, to success, let's get down to business.
And indeed, we're all about small business jobs and entrepreneurship in business. We talk a lot about business here on with Get Down to Business. And I'm your host, Shalom Klein. Remember, you can always download podcasts from Get Down to Business on my website at shalomklein.com. And while you're there, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Shalom Klein. It's going to be a jam-packed week of content and information you will not want to miss. So let's jump right in. I'm absolutely thrilled to be reunited with my friend from, I think we started networking, gosh, over 12 years ago, according to my email records over here. And I'm thrilled to bring Gail Niksic here on the program. Gail, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Shalom. Happy to be here.
Absolutely. So, Gail, you do some very, very interesting work, and we're going to share it with our listeners. So I know you are with a fantastic organization called ElderWorks. If you don't mind, kick us off by sharing the history and the mission of the organization.
Absolutely. So ElderWorks started in 2012. We're a not-for-profit and have helped thousands of adults and seniors age well. And our role is really to provide advocacy, education, and any type of senior living coordination. And we're a complimentary service to families.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for that incredible work. And so definitely along those lines, perfect segue is you offer a variety of services. You just started alluding to some of it. And of course, we'll send people over to your website. But let's talk a little bit more detail. What kind of services are you providing to the general public?
So the services we provide are resources for any type of care options in the Chicago and outlying area. And that could be support groups, that could be doctors, that could be benefits, that could be information on transportation. It's really tools for individuals so they can make an informed decision, whether it be today, down the road, or sometime, in the future. Whatever will really help them age well in their home safely or transition to a community.
Wow, important work indeed. So what are some of the most important issues that are concerning families and their elderly loved ones? I know everybody listening, certainly so many people can relate. What are the things that you're seeing and hearing over at ElderWorks?
So unfortunately, with the pandemic, it really hasn't been a good spot for individuals who have been isolated for those 2.5 years or so. We found people were declining and then they could not get the services they needed because of the isolation. Or sometimes the families were living elsewhere and they still couldn't see their loved one and help them with the resources. So we're trying to get them back out there, engaged in whether it be senior centers, adult daycare, any type of services out there to help them age well and again, thrive in their home or perhaps move them to a community.
That's what every family member wants. And so I know you are very passionate about what you do, and you communicate that with, frankly, everybody that you talk to. I remember that over the past number of years. And I know that you go to a lot of expos, but recently you were at the Aging Better Expo. For those that are not familiar with this important expo, with so many important organizations like ElderWorks, tell us a little bit about what that expo is all about and, some of the data about the people that came.
Yes, so we started to promote that months ago, and we were thrilled that we're back in person once again. So we had about 105 different sponsors, and those services included anything from transportation, Medicare, elder law, living at home gracefully with the services you can adapt to make your home for someone who wants to age in place. So all of those important things that, again, they can utilize right now or sometime in the future. We had seniors and families and other professionals attending in probably in excess of close to 500 people that were interested in hearing about the services and were anxious to get back out there and talk to all the different sponsors.
Oh, wow. Amazing. So I know one of the best kept secrets, and this is just for our best friends here on Get Down to Business that we're sharing this with, is that you have a large resource guide from ElderWorks that people can get online, or some people still like it as a hard copy book. What is that guide called, and what does it have that would help our listeners?
Yes, sure. The Senior Resource Directory is a very comprehensive directory of services throughout the state of Illinois. It's separated by county, so it's easy to access. Again, finding out information on benefits, services, support groups, anything that would help them get that information that they can utilize. And if they're aging in place or they're interested in considering home care, independent, assisted living, memory care, all of that information is you can obtain through the actual hard copy of the directory, or you can access it digitally. And it's very easy to get online through our website.
And we'll definitely be sending people over to your website in just a few moments. Again, I'm chatting with Gail Niksic from ElderWorks. We've been chatting a lot about the history, the mission of the organization, as well as some of the recent activities, including the resource guide that our listeners can access, and we'll send people to that website shortly. Gail, I want to transition for just a quick moment to you. You are so passionate about the work that you do, and it comes through certainly over the airwaves. Tell us how you got started in the organization and why you're so passionate about these important issues of elder care.
So, gosh, it was a long time ago, Shalom, as you know, and I was a family caregiver for our mother who had dementia. And at that time, I was considering leaving a banking position, and my family and I, had discussions about, what are some good options for our mother. And unfortunately, there just wasn't any services out there. I mean, if you can think about it back then, if you can just open up the telephone book, which most people don't realize what it is today, and look for services, there weren't any. So we just kind of like, what can we do to have our mom age well with the services? And we were able to find some home care, fortunately. So soon after, I found a passion for it, and I said, I'd really like to work with providers that can help individuals, whether it be just because there is a memory loss or anything that could help them in their home environment, or again, moving to a community. So it was quite a while ago, and the services right now, there are so many out there, and just glad that there are to help families.
Sure, and what a great segue into, again, talking about the changing dynamics over here. I know ElderWorks recently turned 10, which is very, very exciting. So what's changed over the past decade? Certainly we've been living through these past few interesting years where everything has changed. What's changed in terms of meeting seniors' needs from then until now?
Oh, yes. Turning 10, how exciting that is. We are really just so thrilled about that. So thank you for mentioning that. I think some of the things that have changed is the fact that we do know, and it will be a constant out there, that seniors like to keep their independence. So I think the nice thing about if they want to keep their independence and they are able to remain safely in their home, there's so many different services out there and devices and things that they can adapt to live safely in their home for as long as they can. And I think that's extremely important. Now, I also noticed that there's a lot other type of support services out there. So you might call them geriatric care managers, you might want to call them counselors, you might want to call therapists. So there's ongoing support for that individual, again, wherever they may call home. And I think that's very important. I also think that elder law attorneys are getting more involved, and also with the constant care for seniors. So they get to know their client early on, find out what their wishes are, and help them through that entire journey.
Wow. So we're coming to the end of our conversation as we talk about ElderWorks. We've talked about the 10-year birthday, which is great. Very, very briefly, what can we look forward to in the next 10 years?
I just think, again, a lot of changes in technology, and anything that we can do to help people connect to the different services and make their lives easier. Because again, everyone is so busy doing things. People want to be able to go online or call someone or email and get the information that they can. So I do see a lot of changes in terms of the modifications in communities, make them more of a social model, because again, there's that stigma attached to people moving to a community is so to speak, a clinical or nursing. It's not. They make it very inviting in communities, so I see a lot of change in the design of communities to help the seniors age well.
Awesome. Well, we're going to have to wrap it up here, but it won't be a complete conversation without sending people over to that resource guide, over to the amazing, amazing team at ElderWorks, again, celebrating a 10-year birthday over here. How can we get in touch with you and your team?
Oh, absolutely. The best number to reach us at is 847-462-0885. ElderWorks website is elderwerks.org, and we'd love to hear from everybody.
Awesome. Well, that is great. I know everybody will be reaching out to learn everything about elder care as ElderWorks continues into the next decade and beyond. Gail, Niksic, thanks so much for joining us. We've got more small business jobs and entrepreneurship when we return in just a moment. So don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.